Good morning and welcome to the first episode of the Weekend Weird Files for the new year. I hope you had a good time waiting on midnight and everyone got home safely if you went out. I rang in 2022 quietly at home with my boys and some Taco Bell. Now, you know I usually bring you the weird headlines of the week or the past couple of weeks. But today it's not going to be so weird, and it's not exactly how I wanted to start off the new year, but I feel like it's just something that we need to talk about. As the world already knows, the iconic Betty White passed away yesterday at the age of 99. I read somewhere she was 17 days shy of her 100th birthday. I was laying on my bed when the notifications from the different news apps that I have on my phone started coming in. I was stunned, and quite honestly, after the first one, I thought maybe it was a hoax because, from time to time, people start those rumors and they spread like wildfire. But as more and more of those started lighting up my screen, I knew it had to be true. I think we all thought that she would be here forever, and even her agent said that in a statement to People magazine yesterday. I mean, we all know that people do come to an end of life, but she was just so special and iconic. The cause of death hasn't been released at this point, but her agent did say that she died peacefully at her home early Friday morning. Now, we remember Betty White as the airheaded Rose Nyland on the Golden Girls. She gave us so many laughs as that character. But before there was a Golden Girls or Rose Nyland, she had a long career in television, and that career started in radio around 1940. She was an only child. She was born in 1922 in Oak Park, Illinois. She moved with her parents to Los Angeles during the Depression. Her career as a celebrity started on the radio, and during that time period, she married twice. Once in 1945 to a man named Dick Barker. That marriage only lasted a few months. Then in 1947, she married again, this time to an agent named Lane Allen. But Allen wanted her to give up acting, so that marriage didn't last long either. In 1949, she dove into television acting, and there was no turning back for Miss White after that. Those early television years led her to a TV show that she acted in and produced, and that show was called Life with Elizabeth. It only ran for 2 seasons, but it earned Miss White her very first Emmy. After that, more TV shows came and went for White, but in 1961, she was asked to be a celebrity player on the popular game show Password. It was hosted by Alan Luden. Luden was a widower with 3 kids. Soon a romance developed between Luden and White, and in 1963, White accepted his proposal of marriage. Now, Luden passed away at the age of 63 in 1981 from stomach cancer, but White always referred to him as the love of her life. Now, you would think that by the time the Golden Girls rolled around in 1985, Miss White would be ready to slow down, but it was quite the opposite. Now, like I said earlier, she played Rose Nyland, but at first she was offered the role of Blanche. And as we know, that role ultimately went to Rue McClanahan. And I did read somewhere, too, that Rue McClanahan had wanted to be Sophia. Now, can you imagine how different the Golden Girls might have been with Miss White as Blanche and Rue McClanahan as Sophia? The Golden Girls ran until 1992, but that show is still not even more iconic now as it was back then. After the Golden Girls ended, Miss White cameoed in several TV shows, including that 70s show where she played Kitty's mom. Now, I'm going to have to go and try to find that episode because I never knew that she played that part until I was researching her career, but I can easily see her playing Kitty's mom. From 2006 to 2009, she even played on the popular soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful as the character Anne Douglas. In 2010, she was back up and acting on a regular basis, and she took the role of Elka Ostrovsky on Hot in Cleveland, along with Valerie Bertinelli, Wendy Malick, and Jane Leaves. Now, Miss White wasn't only an actress. She was an animal advocate, and I believe that's the role that I most admire her for. She devoted a lot of her life to saving endangered species, and she's even been credited in improving the conditions for the animals at the Los Angeles Zoo. I'm sure you've seen the many, many pictures of her with different animals, ranging from dogs to snakes to grizzly bears. In 2009, Miss White was the recipient of the Jane Goodall Institute Global Leadership Award for Lifetime Achievement, and someone tells me that she cherished that award more than any of the ones that she received for her acting. In 2011, Miss White wrote a book entitled Betty and Friends, and in the introduction, she gave her parents credit for instilling her love of animals. It wasn't just endangered species or zoo animals that Miss White advocated for. She was a spokesperson, advocate for the dogs and the humans who needed them, and donor to the organization known as the Guide Dogs for the Blind. And not only did she do all that, but in 2005, she adopted a golden retriever named Pontiac from the organization, who was too friendly to be a guide dog. Pontiac wanted to greet everyone that he met on the street. The organization's president and CEO, Christine Benninger, told the Today Show that White and Pontiac were the perfect match because of their personalities, and she went on to say that White is the human version of a golden retriever. Now, being the Nana of two Goldens and knowing what special creatures they are, I think that's one of the best compliments you could possibly give a person. And on top of all of those credits for the animal world, Miss White had been involved with the American Humane Association for over 70 years, making her the longest living supporter in the organization's history. Betty White was an extraordinary woman, and her legacy will live on. We're all human and animals, blessed to have had her grace our lives with her very presence. I mean, she was such a phenomenal person. Thank you for being a friend to all, Miss White.